Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today I am fulfilling my obligation to my Patreon supporter, Doug H. on YouTube. He supported my channel and hit the mark where I would have to read a chapter of 50 Shades of Grey. And I'm unfortunately a man of my word, even though I was kind of hoping that bluff would not be called. But he did, so I'm going to be reading this thing. Now, this might be a huge surprise, but I'm not exactly a fan of this version of literature, mostly because it's 50 Shades of Grey, man. Do I need to say anything more? Why? I mean, this is literally the ascended fanfic of Twilight that somehow makes Twilight look like a healthier relationship, and Twilight is the it's a video now, but it's a book series that involved the equivalent of a 100-plus-year-old pedophile. And that now looks healthier by comparison. Not to mention, Twilight had issues with the linguistics, such as bad writing, in the sense that the writing is just inducing. And I'm an English major. I mean, I got my freaking master's in that, and I'm now reading a book that is even worse in the literature department. I'm just looking at this going like, oh God, I am going to rage quit so hard that you're not going to believe how hard I rage quit. If I can make it 5 minutes, I'm declaring it a personal victory. If I don't find a way to spontaneously combust and then ignite this book with the charred remains of my body, I will consider that a personal victory. Damn you, Doug. Damn you for making me do this. I'm going to do it, though, because I am, unfortunately, a man of my word. I'm really regretting that. And yes, I am very much putting this off as long as I can. So for everyone watching, thanks! You're enjoying my suffering. Haha! Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And again, if you want to support me on Patreon, feel free not to support me at this level because I will unfortunately carry through on the threat you make to read another chapter. I'm okay with not having to do that. Without further ado, though, let's get this suffering on the road. Yay! 50 Shades of Grey, E.O. James. Oh, a little backstory. E.O. James is a former TV executive, wife, and mother of two based in West London. Oh, she's London. Oh. Since early childhood, she dreamed of writing stories that readers would fall in love with, but put those dreams on hold to focus on the family and her career. I wish she hadn't changed. Picked up the courage, pen and paper, 50 Shades of Grey, author 50 Shades Darker, 50 Shades Freed. It's not really courage, though, because it was originally fan fiction. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does make Twilight look better by comparison, but it was fan fiction, man. 50 Shades of Grey by E.O. James. Also, I realized that doesn't help because the picture's reversed, so yeah, assume it's a thing. For Niall, the master of my universe. It's actually what it says. I mean, again, it's backwards, but oh, dear God. Oh, there's not even punctuation. There's not even punctuation. Just why? Oh, God. Also, just a quick shout out to everyone here. Dickie, Doug, Bandit Dio, Jose, AVP, Fiction Lover. Oh, nice name. Irina, Jose, Smoking Santa. Oh, God, Lewis. Ooh, nice little art there. And Pretty Guardians here. Oh, hi, dear. Oh, my girlfriend's watching, too. Oh, hey, Dickie, and Ren. AVM. Oh, God. Alan. And Ren doesn't know what this is. You poor bastard. Oh, you poor bastard. I am so sorry. I mean, I'm sorry already, but I'm sorry even more now. I'm still putting this off, aren't I? 50 Shades of Grey, Chapter 1. I scowled in frustration at the mirror. Myself in the mirror. Damn my hair. It just won't behave. And damn Catherine Kavanagh. Ugh, alliteration. For being ill and subjecting me to this ordeal. I should be studying for my finals exam, which are next week, yet here I am trying to brush my hair into submission. I sleep. I must not sleep with it wet. I must not sleep with it wet. Reciting this mantra several times, I attempt once more to bring it under my control with the brush. If you had any doubt what kind of book this was, I'm sure this first paragraph doesn't give it away. I roll my eyes in exasperation, which I'm sure I'm not doing myself, and gaze at the pale, brown-haired girl with blue eyes too big for her face staring back at me and give up. My only option is to restrain my wayward hair in a ponytail and hope that I look semi-presentable. Kate is my roommate, and she has chosen today of all days to succumb to the flu. Wow, lucky her. Therefore, she cannot attend the interview she arranged to do with some mega industrialist tycoon I've never heard of for the student newspaper, so I have been Really? That's how this starts? I'm sick. Can you go to this high-powered interview for me? Really? Just gonna roll with it. Just gonna roll with it. Just rolling with it. Still on page 1. Page 1. I have final exams to cram for, and one essay to finish, and am supposed to be working this afternoon, but no, today I have to drive 165 miles to downtown Seattle in order to meet the enigmatic CEO of Gray Enterprises Holding Inc. as exceptional entrepreneur and major benefactor of our university. His time is extraordinarily precious, much more precious than mine. Wow, I mean, I know this was an erotica, but they're already working the shaft. But he has granted Katie an interview, a real coup, she tells me. Damn her extracurricular activities? Nope, son, this isn't a cry for help. This is me literally crying for help. Please, YouTube, shut this video down so I don't make another one. God damn it, Doug. Why'd you have to call my bluff? Ugh. Kate is huddled on the couch in the living room. Anna, I'm sorry. It took me 9 months to get this interview. Wow, you gave it up pretty fast. It will take another 6 to reschedule, and we'll both have graduated by then. As the editor, I can't blow this off. Oh yeah, this is only a school paper. Oh my god. First page still. We're still on the first page. Kate begs me in her rasping, sore throat voice. How does she do it? I'm pretty sure you get sick and it's just kind of how it works. Even ill. Page 2. She looks gaming and gorgeous, strawberry blonde hair in place and green eyes bright, although now red, runny, rimmed. I ignore my pang of unwelcome sympathy. What the? Just. AVP, it's not even noon yet. If I was honestly debating bringing alcohol to this. I'm regretting not. Okay. Of course I'll go, Kate. You should go back to bed. Would you like some NyQuil or Tylenol? Haha. NyQuil. Also something I wish I had been using right now. Because I might be able to pass out and ignore the rest of this. On the other hand, I'd have dreams about reading this. NyQuil, please. Here are the questions and my digital recorder. Just press record here, make notes, I'll transcribe it all. When I'm not sick with the flu, which I'm sure is now something I would find preferable. Suppress the rage, Airier. Suppress the rage. Just, oh my god. Why? There's so many logical errors. I know nothing about him, I murmur, trying and failing to suppress my rising panic. I know that feeling! I'm feeling it now. The questions will see you through. Go, it's a long drive. I don't want you to be late. Okay, I'm going. Get back to bed, even though you're on the couch and sick with the flu, and if it's that bad, you're not going to be moving. I will. Good lucks. And thanks, Anna. As usual, you're my lifesaver. That's so many issues with that sentence alone. The text menu, yes, next time I'll read just bad fan fiction. It'll be shorter and less painful. And oh yes, dear, I should have some coffee to calm down. Thanks, pretty guardian. I wish I could. I already drank it. And unfortunately, I'm now awake to remember what I'm reading. God! Gathering my backpack, I smile wryly at her, then head out the door to the car. I cannot believe I have let Katie talk me into this, because apparently people sick with the flu are great at being persuasive. That said, throwing up on you is usually a good way to make someone not do something, or to do something. It's like, hey, do this or I will throw up on you. I'm going to do it then. Especially when you know they're sick enough to follow through on it. On the other hand, this! But then Katie can talk anyone into anything. She'll make an exceptional journalist. She's articulate, strong, persuasive, argumentative, talented, beautiful. My dearest friend, my dearest friend. That's not how description works. You don't just list off adjectives to say, oh, and here's a fully fleshed out character. No, you show them doing it. You don't just... I think I used the term working the shaft. Dear God! AVM, I wish you were right. That would be pleasant by comparison. I'm not even going to say what you said out loud, but it would be pleasant by comparison. For anyone watching who isn't watching this live, you can fill in what he said in your own voice, in your own head, and you're probably actually accurate to what he said. Okay, page 2. Page 2. We're still on page 2. We're halfway through page 2. How many pages are on chapter 1? 16 pages. Oh, God help me. The roads are clear as I set off from Vancouver, Washington, towards Interstate 5. It's early. I don't have to be in Seattle until 2 this afternoon. Fortunately, Kate has lent me her sporty Mercedes CLK. Okay, now we know this is bullshit. You're a college student. Nobody can afford that. I'm not sure Wanda, my old VW Beetle, would make the journey in time. Also, you're a college student. Nobody can afford that. Oh, yeah, I forgot what type of book this is. Reality doesn't matter. Okay, just keep it together, Airier. Oh, the Merc is fun drive. And the miles slip away as I hit the pedal to the metal. My destination is the headquarters of Mr. Gray's Global Enterprise. It's a huge 25-story office building, all curved glass and steel and architects' utilitarian fantasy. No, utilitarian and curved glass are not... That's just... Utilitarian is blocky, it is strictly functional, and there is no artistic element to it. It just works, and it's boring. There's no fantasy, there's no curves. It is just a dumb block. Look at Soviet-esque era architecture. It is as boring and bland as possible because it just works, and it's easily made. A strip mall is more functional in the artistic sense than... Okay, really regret not getting beer. I have it. It's so close, but I'd have to stop, and I wouldn't come back because I know I wouldn't come back to do this. With Grey House written discreetly in steel over the glass front door. It's 1:45 when I arrive, greatly relieved that I'm not late. As I walk into the enormous and frankly intimidating glass, steel, and white sandstone lobby. Just listing off the elements rather than describing anything good. Oh my god. Page 3, people. Finally made it. Behold, behind the solid sandstone desk, a very attractive, green, blonde woman smiles pleasantly at me. Apparently description for characters in here is described as, okay, we're going to put 4 random adjectives down, and that's the character description. I agreed to this. She's wearing the sharpest charcoal suit, jacket, and white shirt I've ever seen. She looks immaculate. Also, apparently, she doubles as an Etch-a-Sketch cut. Because, why not? She's apparently been drawn by one. I'm here to see Mr. Gray, Anastasia Steele, for Catherine Kavanaugh. Other than the fact that that makes literally no sense linguistically. You know, I suddenly feel better about the book I wrote because I know it's better than this, writing-wise. Granted, I don't have nearly as much sex in it, so it won't sell, but, you know, I feel better about myself. Excuse me one moment, Miss Steele. Also, again. Yeah. AVP, when I finish this book, if I actually read all this book, I will burn this thing. You will have a video of me ending it that way. Also, hey, Rockman, D2. Sup, guys? Oh, God. This is... Why? She arches her eyebrow and I stand self-consciously before her. I'm beginning to wish I borrow one of Katie's formal blazers rather than my worn navy blue jacket. I have made an effort and worn my one and only skirt, my sensible brown knee-length boots. I'm sorry, I thought they just said sensible and knee-length boots. Oh, I'm sorry, in this world, apparently bondage porn suits are kind of formal wear. Why not? It fits with the rest of this. Page 3. It's only page 3. For me, this is smart. Oh, I would disagree with that on many occasions, but I tuck one of the escaped tendrils of my hair. Is she a fucking octopus for a head? They're not... behind my ear as I pretend she doesn't intimidate me. I'm sure no one gets that. Miss Kavanaugh is expected. Please sign in here, Miss Steele. You'll want the last elevator on the right. Press for the 20th floor. Wow! That was all useless! This entire section could be, there was a smart-dressed secretary. She waved me on to the far back elevator to the highest floor in the building. That's her entire part summed up in something that's just as interesting. Because there's 900 pages. No. Oh, you've got to be... Oh, I'm sorry, AVP, don't worry. AVM, there's only 514 pages. That's so much better. She hands me a security pass that says visitor very firmly, stamped on the front. I can't help my smirk. Surely it's obvious that I'm just visiting. Not even going to comment on that one. It does not deserve the comment. I don't fit in here at all. Is that a joke about the later butt sex scenes? Also, demonetized! YouTube, if anyone here is watching this, feel free to ban this from YouTube because then I don't have to do more. I'd be okay with that. Oh, God. Nothing changes. I sigh inwardly. Thanking her, I walk over to the blank of elevators and past the two security men who are both far more smartly dressed than I am with their well-cut black suits. What is with her and cutting? Everything is sharp or cutty. It's like, I am old and ugly. They are all schmirked and sharp. And I mean, I usually put laser sharpener on it. It's all just like it's like she used cut for every word and then just chose, okay, here's a dictionary app. What's a synonym? And I don't mean synonym, I mean synonym. Because that sounds a lot dumber, and that's probably accurate. Oh, God. You're right, AVM. I need to exercise this book. The power of flames compels you to burn, damn you! The elevator whisks me away at terminal velocity to the 20th floor. That is... Okay, no, that doesn't work on a literal level. Terminal velocity is falling. You do not rise in an elevator at terminal velocity. You can fall at one. It is literally just... It is the image you used is the exact opposite of the image you meant to use. That is not how words work. Oh my God. You do not fall at terminal velocity. You can rise at an equivalent to it because that is, I think, 26 miles per hour for a human body. I could be wrong. I don't do science. But if I'm right, it still makes it goddamn reality. Oh, and now I'm getting flashbacks to when I had to work as an editor. I don't want to have flashbacks to that. I read a book that actually made this look better. Don't ask, because I'm trying very hard to forget about it. Unfortunately, this was published and the other one wasn't. Oh, Doug, you're not going to hear a sensual voice from me reading this. You're lucky to hear my voice. I fully expect I'm going to be shouting in rage so much that by the 5th page, one more page from now, or 2 more pages, I will have a little bit like this the rest of the time. Terminal velocity. The doors slide open. I'm in another large lobby again, all glass, steel, and white sandstone. I'm confronted by another desk of sandstone, another young blonde woman. So the entire opening sequence was pointless then! Who rises to greet me. Oh, and she's also impeccably dressed in the exact same black and white. Wow. She's a cardboard cutout. AVP, yes. Just yes. Miss Steele, could you wait here, please? She points to a seated area of white leather chairs. No, it's not a seated area. A seated area is... It's a seating area. A seating area is where you go to sit. A seated area is an area that has somehow been anthropomorphized to have legs. Is it getting worse? Behind the leather chairs, almost thought that said chains at first, is a spacious glass-walled meeting room with an equally spacious darkwood table with at least 20 matching chairs around it. That's just lazy writing, personally. Personal pet quirk, having the same word twice in the same fucking sentence is bad! Hey, Fawn? Yeah. Cardboard cutout main character, too dumb to notice. That'd actually be hilarious if someone did a joke version of this, and they actually had a cardboard cutout doing all the lines. That actually, I would laugh my ass off at that. That would be funny. Beyond that, there is a floor-to-ceiling window with a view of Seattle skyline. Unfortunately, it's Seattle, so all you see are clouds. Okay, that was uncalled for. I'm sure the clouds are very nice. that looks through the city towards the sound. Did they really just... And they... Okay, so apparently she has X-ray vision to see through cities to water. That's on a lower level than the city, which is higher. Because 20 floors isn't higher than all of Seattle. Unless there is a random mountain that they're on. But I don't think so. Oh my god. Someone wanted to see this. And okay, and Doug says he wants me to use the sexy voice. Oh, you want to hear sexy voice? You want to hear sexy voice? Oh, all right, sure. I'll use the sexy voice. Oh, pretty garden. There's just description in anything. There's none. There's adjectives. They're just listing adjectives. It's a stunning vista. I'm momentarily paralyzed by the view. Wow. I'm going to just say this right now. Wow is the least objectionable thing I've read so far. Because if I suddenly found out I could see through an entire city worth of city, I would say wow too. And then pass out because I'm probably tripping balls. I sit down, fish the questions from my backpack, and go through them, inwardly cursing Katie for not providing me with a brief biography. Because I don't have a smartphone or the internet in Seattle, which I'm sure nobody, cough, cough, Microsoft has invented. We know that smartphones are very hard, and public figures like apparently the leader of a major corporation who is a massive donor, who I already knew was a massive donor to my school, would never have any public relations people putting a Facebook or a wiki page up for him. No. He could be 90, or he could be 30. The uncertainty is galling. Yes, because the difference between seeing an old man and seeing a young man is very, very appalling to my sense of priorities. Yes, age. Age matters. If he's old, I can't fuck that. Oh no, that would be terrible. Well, maybe. I'm already going for pedophilia on this one. I've never been comfortable with one-on-one interviews, which is why you were the first person she asked. Preferring the anonymity of group discussion where I can sit inconspicuously at the back of the room. To be honest, I prefer my own company, reading a classical British novel. You can't even mention one? You name-dropped NyQuil, but you can't think of a British novel? The author is British. The author is fucking British. She went more detail about the freaking highways than apparently one of the main character's actual interests. Oh my fucking... You don't understand how creative that is not. You try to show what makes the character interesting, what they like, what they don't like. You don't go into details of road work, but ignore what they're actually... Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. Yes, SJ4IY. Yes, just... Yes, man. Yes, or woman. I don't know, but yes. Okay, just go to my happy place. Go to my happy place. Destiny 2 at midnight. Destiny 2 at midnight. I am earning that thing today, damn it. Not sitting, twitching nervously in a... Oh, wait. Yeah. She's not sitting, twitching. There should be a comma there. Nervously in a colossal glass and stone edifice. No, just... No. I roll my eyes again. Get a grip, Steel. No, I get That's why she didn't say glass and stone and steel edifice like all the times before. She just said her name. Wow, she just realized using the same word within 5 seconds of each other is bad. Judging from the building, which is too clinical and modern, I guess Gray is in his 40s, fit, tanned, and fair-haired to match the rest of the personnel. What? How do you get utilitarian is the equivalent of a young Sean Connery? That doesn't... Does that mean if you go into Trump Tower and you see a bunch of gold, you expect the man in charge to be, I don't know, competent? That just doesn't make sense. What? What? No. Another elegantly, flawlessly dressed blonde comes out of a large door to the right. Oh, dear God. It's like they're doing a freaking Stepford Wives thing. What is it with all the immaculate blondes? It's like Stepford here. Taking a deep breath, I stand up. Miss Steele, the latest blonde asks. Yes, I croak. I clear my throat. Yes? There, that sounded more confident. Mr. Gray will see you in a moment. May I take your jacket? Oh, please. I struggle out of the jacket. Have you been offered any refreshment? No. Oh, dear. Is blonde number 1 in trouble? Blonde number 2 frowns and eyes the young woman at the desk. Kill me now. How many pages in? Okay, it says 6, but it started on... Okay, it looks like it started on 3, so I'm 3... oh, God, I'm not even into this. Oh, my God. Honestly, Fawn, if this was the Clone Wars... Even if I was watching the movie and going, wow, I love the Phantom Menace, I would feel less pain. See that? I'm thinking like after this I should go watch the Phantom Menace. Because even if that movie was terrible, there were good points. Such as the fact that there was another Star Wars movie. And Jar Jar Binks was killed off immediately. I thought there was 3 blondes, not 2. Oh, there are 2 blondes on the floor now. She already forgot blonde number 1. So blonde number 2 is really blonde number 3. And blonde number 1 is actually blonde number 2. And I'm putting way too much thought into this. Would you like tea, coffee, water? She asked, turning her attention back to me. A glass of water, thank you. Olivia. Oh, they have names! Please fetch Miss Steele a glass of water. Her voice is stern. Olivia scoots up and scurries to the door on the other side of the foyer. My apologies, Miss Steele. Olivia's our new intern. Apparently this guy's successful at business. Even though he puts the intern at the front desk? What the fuck? Is he really just that cheap? Okay. Olivia returns with a glass of iced water. Is that a British thing? Please just tell me it's a British thing. Because no one in America says iced water. Iced water is just ice! You have ice water, which is water with ice. You have ice in water. You have icy water, which is water, but with ice. Iced water is just iced! That's like saying frozen water. Please tell me it's just a British expression that doesn't translate. Please tell me that. I'm going to pretend it is in case it's not. Thank you. Blonde number 2 marches over to the large desk, her heels clicking and echoing on the sandstone floor. You just copy and pasted that entire sentence, more or less, from the previous... I think I've just read repetitions of the last 4 descriptions. 4 times! What? She sits down and they both continue their work. Riveting. Perhaps Mr. Gray insists on his employees being blonde. I'm wondering idly if that's legal. No, it's not. When the office door opens and a tall, elegantly dressed, attractive African-American man with short dreads exits. Again, we're getting adjectives as character description. I'd like to point out, in the chat, Doug H. is the person who made me do this. It's a Patreon reward to make me read these chapters. And he called my bluff. Thanks, Doug. Thanks a lot, man. This is because of you. I remember that. Oh, God. He turns and says through the door, "Golf this week, Gray?" I don't hear the reply. He turns, sees me, and smiles, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. Okay. Not great, but it's a functional sentence. The first one I haven't really been objectively horrified by. Olivia has jumped up and called the elevator. She seems to excel at jumping from her seat. She's more nervous than me. Wait, so oh, I see why she's the intern. It's a short, cute blonde that's good at jumping up and down. Wow! If you had any questions what this was... And now the chat has evolved into people actually thanking Doug. Oh my god. I'm just glad it's only 1 chapter per person at the donation level. 1 chapter. I can do this, damn it. I can do this. I can do this. I don't want to do this, but I can do it. Good afternoon, ladies. Okay, where was I? Oh, yep. You don't need to knock. Just go in. She smiles kindly. I push open the door and stumble through, tripping over my own feet and falling headfirst into the office. Is she in high heels, or is she just that clumsy? Yeah, Dark Spartan, why can't it be midnight yet? Oh, to be fair, that would mean I was reading this all day. I'm not even going to think about that. No, just no. Double crap. Me and my 2 left feet. I am on my hands and knees. Oh, well, that explains everything why he likes her already. In the doorway to Mr. Gray's office, and gentle hands are around me, helping me stand. I am so embarrassed. Damn my clumsiness. I have to steel myself to glance up. Holy cow, he's so young. Sora? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So young. Okay, Miss Kavanaugh. He extends a long-fingered hand to me. Once I'm upright. I'm Christian Grey. Are you all right? Would you like to sit? Also, long-fingered? Actually, SJ, that is literally how much he had to donate to make me read the chapter. Yeah, $20 to get a chapter. It's on patreon.com/AirierGames. I thought it was absurdly high and no one would donate it. I was wrong! And because someone's donated now, I'm not allowed to get rid of it either. Patreon rules. So young and attractive. Very attractive. I know I've already mentioned this, but you don't describe characters, especially one of the main characters, as basically salad fingers, but attractive. And literally, that is a better description than what already exists. Her first impression is salad fingers. And attractive. I do not want to see her search history, which apparently she doesn't have because smartphones are not something she understands. So, okay, he's tall, dressed in a fine gray suit, white shirt, black tie, unruly dark copper-colored hair, bright gray eyes that regard me shrewdly. It takes a moment for me to find my voice. Still no better. Still no better. Actually, and she lost it again. I mutter, if this guy is over 30, then I'm a monkey's uncle. You're making bad jokes in your own head when you're supposed to be flustered by a really pretty guy. I have a feeling that by the time I'm done reading this, there's going to be a me-shaped depression in the front from doing this. Either that or I will be lucky enough to lose all memories of having read this. Either one works. I like the second one more. I mutter, okay, in a daze I place my hand in his and we shake. As our fingers touch, I feel an odd exhilarating shiver run through me. I withdraw my hand hastily, embarrassed, must be static. I blink rapidly, my eyelids matching my heart rate. Bad but forgivable, because of the genre. Miss Kavanagh is indisposed, so she sent me. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Gray. Oh, she was reading. Oh, that was her voice. Oh. Okay. And you are? His voice is warm. So he's... What? You just said he was cold but now he's warm, but he's helping her, but he's not. What the... His voice is warm, possibly amused, but it's difficult to tell from his impassive expression. Apparently her character has two personalities that are trying to fight for each other's face. And even that would be more interesting. He looks mildly interested, but above all, polite. Not polite. Anastasia Steele. I'm studying English literature with Kate. Catherine, Miss Kavanagh at WSU, Vancouver. Okay, I gotta ask the obvious question. Just why? Why? Also, Jewish Redneck. I'm on page 8. And I'd like to point out, it starts on page 3. I see, he says simply. I think I see the ghost of a smile in his expression, but I'm not sure. I don't like that. That's probably the best sentence I've read so far. Would you like to sit? He waves me towards an L-shaped, white leather couch. His office is way too big for just one man. He's the freaking CEO! You've mentioned he's absurdly wealthy and his time is apparently worth more than yours. But you're surprised he has a big office? I mean, from the sound of it, it sounds like the entire floor is his office. Yes, AVM, I agree. In front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, there's a modern dark wood desk that 6 people could comfortably eat around. Eat? Why does her mind go to food? There is nothing food in this. How does this shout, oh, we need to read about food here because it's a table? It's a freaking office. You have meetings here. You don't eat on it. Hell, considering the story, screwing on it would be more likely than eating. Why? Also, actually, AVP, I've played Crysis 2. I enjoyed the game. I sucked, but I enjoyed it. Yes, Faraday. I'm hiding the fact that I like this. Yeah, this is the face of pure fun. It's nonstop. I would put off Blame Destiny 2. Okay, I can't even say that one. Wow, that was physically painful. Wow. It matches the coffee table by the couch. Everything else is white. Ceilings, floors, and walls. Except for the wall by the door, where a mosaic of small paintings hang. 36 of them arranged in a square. Wow! So not only is it a mosaic of paintings, so it's a painting made of other paintings, but she looks at it and immediately counts 36! Either that or she's been staring at a wall for a while. Because the human mind processes between 5 and 7 images at once, and after that, we lose all track. You don't immediately look at something like, wow, that number is 36. I'd like to point out I'm literally halfway through the chapter. Halfway! They are exquisite, a series of mundane, forgotten objects, painted in such precise detail they look like photographs. That's just normal art. It's not just displayed together. They are breathtaking. Wow, you know what? I went into this kind of expecting I would be insulted as an English major who had worked and earned a master's in this. But I was not expecting to have my artistic sensibilities and like my actual artistic sensibilities. I mean, I've worked in an art museum. I have stood around and spent hours studying Van Goghs because they've been up there. Guess what a lot of his were? They were just random objects that you painted. I currently work in the Warhol. His entire thing was finding boring things and painting them. The tomato soup can for Campbell's was him. That was him. And she seems to believe that it's something really amazing. This is a standard practice of art for the last 100 years plus. Pictures of flowers are standard. And I am offended in new and interesting ways. Joy! I agreed to this. I now have a good reason to suspect I'm not sane. And hopefully that comes with memory loss because that would be nice right about now. A local artist, Troughton. She name drops made-up artists, but she still can't name a British author that she apparently likes. Also, and yes, Pretty Guardian, Andy Warhol has made art of peeing on iron and letting it rust. It is still hanging on the wall in the Andy Warhol Museum, where I work. I prefer that to this so far. It is less insulting to my intelligence and to the fact that I have a pulse. Faraday, oh god, are you really telling me that if someone donates $30 on Patreon, they'll make me read this another chapter in a unicorn onesie? I don't even want to think about it. That's Pretty Guardian what it would take to get her to read this. Maybe she'll enjoy it. I know, I'm just... There's over 500 pages! They're lovely. Raising the ordinary to extraordinary. Wow, never seen that before. Literally everyone has done that! They're even talking about... I murmur, distracted by both him and the paintings. He cocks his head to one side and regards me intently. I'd say it's innuendo, but let's be honest, it's so on the nose they probably didn't even realize. I couldn't agree more, Miss Steele. He replies, his voice soft. And for some inexplicable reason, I find myself blushing. Because apparently pretty rich boys make you blush. To which I would say, yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, sure. Apart from the painting, the rest of the office is cold, clean, and clinical. So it's alliteration. That's the only saving grace for that one. Cold, clean, clinical. Oh, SJ, you lived in Pittsburgh? Ah, good choice, man. It's an okay city. I like it. It's like a big city, but actually it's really not. But it kind of is, but it's really not. It's not. It's just nice. Yep. On the other hand, traffic. I've been told it's great. I hate it. Pittsburgh. Yay. I am really searching for any reason not to read this right now, aren't I? Oh, thanks for sticking around, Lone Wolf. Oh, wow, you chose me over playing Pokemon Go? Because I'll be honest, right now, I would choose Pokemon Go over this because this is painful. I wonder if it reflects the personality of the Adonis who sinks gracefully into one of the leather chairs opposite me. I shake my head, disturbed at the direction of my thoughts, and retrieve Kate's questions from my backpack. Wow, thirsty much? Next, I set up the digital recorder and am all fingers and thumbs. That doesn't mean what you think it means. That is... No! God, no, Fawn, I am not reading My Immortal. I have heard of that giant insult to humanity. It counts as war crimes in some states. No! Mr. Gray says nothing, waiting patiently, I hope, as I become increasingly embarrassed and flustered. When I pluck up the courage... I'm just going to roll with that one. To look at him, he's watching me, one hand relaxed in his lap, the other cupping his chin and trailing his long index fingers across his lips. I think he's trying to suppress a smile. Okay, I would like to point out what that actual image is. This is what she described. He has one hand. I'm going to use a bookmark right now. He has one hand in his lap. In his lap. The other hand is doing this. She has literally described a guy with an oral fixation who is touching himself. What the fuck? If there is another one, I will be very drunk for it. I'm not making that mistake again. There will be drinking involved. Oh God, I'm starting to laugh just having to read this. I'm losing it. I'm actually losing it. And now I'm just imagining Woody the Woodpecker. Again, reasons to try and stop reading. And don't forget, guys, share this video. Spread the suffering around. So sorry, I stutter. I'm not used to this. Take all the time you need, Miss Steele. He says, do you mind if I record your answers? After you've taken so much trouble to set up the recorder. Ask me now? I flush. He's teasing me, I hope. I blink at him, unsure what to say, and I think he takes pity on me because he relents. No, I don't mind. Did Miss Kavanaugh, explain what the interview was for? Yes, here to appear in the graduation issue of the student newspaper. I shall be conferring the degrees at this year's graduation ceremony. Wow, they had to interview the guy who's literally just handing out paper. Whoa. That is what a phone interview is for. But apparently they don't seem to have those. Oh, this is news to me, and I'm temporarily preoccupied by the thought of someone not much older than me. Okay, maybe 6 years or so. Okay, mega successful, but still, is going to present me with a degree. Ooh, oh my God, he's doing something someone had to beg him for. Ooh, oh my. Good, I swallow nervously. I have some questions, Mr. Gray. I smooth a stray lock of hair behind my ear. I thought you might, he says, deadpan. He's laughing at me. My cheeks heat at the realization. and I sit up and square my shoulders in an attempt to look taller and more intimidating. You know what? I'm actually going to say that was a good sentence because she finally had showing. She finally showed an action. Thank God. I mean, it's a stupid action, and it's obvious to anyone reading that she is literally just a kitten fluffing up her tail. It does nothing. Honestly, fun, because that's the only way I could get through this right now. I'm having Mr. Smith. Agent Smith is basically, in my head, gray. And I'm going to keep doing that because I find it funny. It's the only thing keeping me going right now. Pressing the start button on the recorder, I tried to look professional. Cough, cough, fail. Cough, cough. You're very young to have amassed... Oh, this is her reading. You're very young to have amassed such an empire. It's the different paragraph, but they have the same speaker. Literary conventions. Do you dig them? Apparently not. To what do you owe your success? I glance up at him. His smile is rueful, but he looks vaguely disappointed. Well, obviously he was expecting you to do things that if I mentioned would get me thrown off YouTube. Why else would he have a bunch of identical blondes running around doing things they are in no way qualified for? And apparently they have an intern whose main characteristic you have described as jumping up. I wonder why. Business is all about people, Miss Steele. I'm very good at judging people. I know how they tick. What makes them flourish? What doesn't? What inspires them? And how to incentivize them? I employ an exceptional team and I reward them well. With the exception of the obviously incompetent intern at the front desk who is identical to everyone else. Literally everything you just said is counteracted by everything the author has forced down our throat already. He pauses and fixes me with his gray stare. My belief is to achieve success in any scheme one has to make. One's self-master of that scheme, know it inside and out, know every detail. I work hard, very hard to do that. I make decisions based on logic and facts other than the fact that literally nothing about this setup is logical or factually based. Yeah, I use facts. I use my own facts because real facts are too annoying. They don't like agreeing with me, so I use my own. I think they're alternative. Yeah. I'm doing that. I have a natural gut instinct that can spot and nurture a good, solid idea and good people. But apparently, my speechwriter was off today, so I have to say things that are literally what you would find in a brochure saying why our boss is great. And if we don't say the right things, our boss, who is a douchebag, isn't great, and he'll fire us. Yeah. I'm that guy. The bottom line is it's always down to good people. Maybe you're just lucky. This isn't on Kate's list, but he's so arrogant, his eyes flare momentarily in surprise. Well, yeah, you're a blonde ditz. They didn't think you would actually have a thought. And unfortunately, you've been living down to that. I'm sorry, you're not blonde? I don't care. You're an honorary blonde because you walked into the building. Oh my God. I don't subscribe to luck or chance. Have I mentioned this guy is an idiot? Oh, just me? Just me. Miss Steele, the harder the work, the more luck I seem to have. Oh, he just contradicted himself. He doesn't believe in luck, but he says he has it. Not even a sentence later. Could you at least go a page before you say the exact opposite of what you just said? No. It really is all about having the right people on your team and directing their energies accordingly. I think if it was Harvey Firestone who said the growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership. And apparently you are just an idiot. Because literally everything you described is you're just a hiring manager. And usually, that's what HR is for. Oh my God. Page 10. Just page 10. So help me. You sound like a control freak. The words are out of my mouth before I can stop them. Oh, wow, you're an idiot. Oh, I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele. He says without a trace of humor in his smile. I look at him. And if you haven't realized at this point that this guy is a sociopath, wow. You know what? I just want to see fan art right now of someone walking into this guy's room and tipping all the paintings sideways. He'll have a nervous breakdown. Wait, Ghost Prince? Why are you apologizing? What? Why? Oh, no. You didn't, did you? Oh, God, no. 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 Please say I'm safe. Please say I'm safe. Okay, I'm still safe. Oh, thank God. If you don't know what I'm referencing, I'm going to leave it that way because I don't want to think about it. I'm really trying hard not to think about it. I thought someone else had made me do another chapter. Thank God. I look at him, and he holds my gaze steadily, impassive. My heartbeat quickens, and my face flushes again. Dear God, I made the joke about you being thirsty earlier, but he just said he's a control freak, and there is nothing sexy about this. This is like saying, hi, babe. I eat shit for breakfast. And I water it with my own shit. Yeah, I eat shit with liquid shit cereal milk. Yeah. And then for lunch, I have breakfast again. Yeah. No! Just no! Why does he have such an effect on me? His overwhelming good looks, maybe. The way his eyes blaze at me. The way he strokes his index finger against his lower lip. Oh. So he's been doing this entire time. Really? And she keeps pointing out long fingers. Oral fixation. Oh. Page 10. I wish he would stop doing that. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you really wish he would stop and start doing it to you. Thirsty bitch. Besides, immense power is acquired by assuring yourself in your secret reveries that you were born to control things. He concludes, his voice soft. Oh, wow. So apparently his goal is, I'm great because I hire the best people. But really, the secret is that I am born to rule. If this book series doesn't end with him being shot, I will be disappointed. I employ over 40,000 people, Miss Steele. That gives me a certain sense of responsibility. Power, if you will. If I were to decide I was no longer interested in the telecommunications business and sell 20,000 people would struggle to make their mortgage payments after a month or so. No, they wouldn't, because you would obviously lose confidence in the shareholders and get bought out immediately. If you have a controlling board, they would have kicked you out because you're an idiot. Also, if you lost interest, I'm pretty sure they would have collapsed already and found new jobs because they sound like perfect little worker drones who are yes men, and those people get snapped up. You're an overconfident asshole. Honestly, I'm figuring if this was reality, you're succeeding despite you, not because. Oh my God! Literally everything he says is wrong. My mouth drops open. I'm staggered at his lack of humility. I'm not! It's called a sociopath. There are studies proving people who rise to the top usually are. They're also usually incompetent and succeed because they surround themselves with yes men who are competent. And sometimes they don't, so they don't succeed. Funny how that works. The ability to fuck over everyone in your way to the top doesn't mean you're great. It just means that the system is robust enough to survive. Don't you have a board to answer to? I asked, disgusted. I own my own company. I don't have to answer to a board. Owning your own company is completely irrelevant to a board of directors. The board of directors are in charge of everything that runs, not owning it. Maybe his company just doesn't have one, and he's a control freak of 40,000 people, which would necessitate a board to help manage it. It's called delegation because one man does not have the time for this. If he was, he wouldn't have time for this interview. Let alone to sit around and pseudo-flirt and finger his mouth with his absurdly long fingers. AVP, this isn't a 50 Shades of Grey book. This is the 50 Shades of Grey book. Much regret. I feel like I should just go play Alien Isolation. It's less depressing. He raises an eyebrow at me. Of course, I would know this if I had done some research, but holy crap, he's arrogant. I changed track. Nope, sorry, tack. I changed tack. Which is not how that phrase goes. Tack is a thing you put in a wall. It is a thing you obviously don't have any of. You're talking about changing track. Track is a different angle of approach to a conversation in this context. And do you have any interest outside of your work? I have varied interests, Miss Steele. A ghost of a smile touches his lips. Again, which apparently was there already, but apparently is now coming back. Apparently! I'm just going to start using that word because it apparently fits with the level of fuckery in this thing. Vaughn, I'm more or less going the eyebrows keep raising because they have a scale. It's like, they start as somewhat surprised, and they go to very surprised, and they reset to somewhat surprised, and go bigger surprised. So they're permanently surprised eyebrows. Why not? Very varied. And for some reason, I'm confounded and heated by his steady gaze. His eyes are alight with some wicked thought. Yes, he's imagining you in a headlock doing everything he wants. It's very obvious. He's a controlling freak who obviously is an idiot. It's not some great mystery. But if you work so hard, what do you do to chill out? Chill out? He smiles, revealing perfect white teeth. I stop breathing. He really is beautiful. Gah! No one should be this good looking. Okay, seriously? Everything about his personality is creep and sociopath. And all this lady sees, it's not even the money, it's just, oh my god, my ovaries are about to burst. I'm not a woman, but I feel insulted on their behalf. Hell, I feel insulted by having this guy as a male character. I feel insulted that they're both humans. I mean, dear God, this is literally the triumph of shallow over knowing better. Well, to chill out, as you put it. I sail, I fly, I indulge in various physical pursuits. which in no way refers to rape and torture, but completely sounds like it. I mean, why did it say it puts the lotion on the skin or else he gets the hose again? It would fit just as well. I'm a very wealthy man, Miss Steele. I have expensive and absorbing hobbies. Which you went into so much detail about these amazing hobbies, just saying that you're rich. Rich isn't a hobby! I quickly glanced at Kate's questions, wanting to get off this subject. You invest in manufacturing. Why specifically? I ask. The level of dumb here. Just the level of dumb. Why does he make me feel so uncomfortable? Because he's a fucking sociopath eyeing you like a slab of beef that he has pre-anally rectrated. I know that's not a word. But you can probably imagine what I'm thinking. I can't say that one anymore. Because family-friendly YouTube. I like to build things. I like to know how things work. What makes them tick. That's what the History Channel is for. Get a TV, you idiot! Oh. Just laugh. Just laugh. It's easier that way. And I have a love of ships. What can I... How do building things in ships... You don't... No, you even said you build buildings. Not ships. You're not a shipbuilder. That sounds like your heart talking rather than logic and facts. His mouth quirks up, and he stares surprisingly at me. Possibly. Though there are people who say I don't have a heart. Nope. I'm assuming it's in a box and you look at it to laugh a few times. You don't have a conscience, or a frame of ethics, or really any decent business sense. I'll be honest, I'm personally expecting the only reason boats were brought into this is because the author was making a shipping joke. And if it was, it's the Titanic of shipping. It's hitting that iceberg, and dear God, it can't come fast enough. I'm rooting for the iceberg in this case. Why would they say that? Because they know me well. His lips curl into a wry smile, which apparently he's either fingering his mouth with his long fingers, or he's doing wry smiles, which apparently don't go away, but he's just wryly smiling while fingering his lips. Oh my God! Would your friends say you are easy to get to know? I regret the question as soon as I say it. It's not on Kate's list. Like the rest of the ones you've asked! You've asked one question on her list! I'm a very private person, Miss Steele, which is why I keep saying your name, because obviously if I don't, I will forget it. You're very forgettable. Are you blonde number 3? No, you're brunette number 8. Oh, yeah. Are you my intern yet? Yeah, just go jump at my front door. That's what they're all for. Why did you agree to do this? Oh, that was her saying, why did you agree to do this? Because I'm a benefactor of the university for all intents and purposes. I couldn't get Miss Kavanaugh off my back. You have a secretary! That is literally their job! They answer the phone and say no. She was never supposed to be on your back. Oh, I see what you were doing. Oh, okay, I see it now. Yep. Sex reference. That actually was clever. Yeah, that actually was clever. She badgered and badgered my PR people. And I admire that kind of tenacity. Nope, never mind. It wasn't a clever thing. It was just stupid. Never mind. I know how tenacious Kate can be. That's why I'm sitting here squirming uncomfortably under his penetrating gaze. No. When I should be studying for my exams. Or getting the fuck out of there! If this isn't shouting stranger danger, or I hunt people for fun, you're not thinking straight, which I'm pretty sure you're not. You also invest in farming technologies. Why are you interested in that area? I'm sorry, I just read the next sentence. We can't eat money. Well, technically you actually can. It is fiber, but I wouldn't recommend it. But, Miss Steele, there are too many people on the planet who don't have enough to eat. Just... Oh my god, I'm reading this intentionally. Oh god. That sounds very philanthropic. Is it something you feel passionately about? Feeding the world's poor? He shrugs noncommittally. It's shrewd business. No, it's not! It's good, but it's not shrewd business. Business involves making money. Unless the government is sponsoring it, there's no money in there, which personally I think it would be a great idea, but it's not! Oh, fun! I have a bunch of words to describe this right now. I think all of them are FCC non-compatible, and YouTube doesn't like those words anymore. I think he's being disingenuous. It doesn't make sense. Feeding the world's poor? I can't see the financial benefit of this. Only the virtue of the ideal. I glanced at the next question, confused by his attitude. He's a dick! That's not an attitude. It's called a sociopathic dick, who is better off taking a long walk off a short pier and then trying to breathe when it gets a little thicker than usual. And yes, that is a drowning reference. Do you have a philosophy? If so, what is it? I don't have a philosophy as such. My guiding principle is Carnegie's. Okay. I know Carnegie because I work there. You don't want to follow his guiding principle. It is literally fuck over everyone under you, put them in dangerous, life-threatening situations, and blame them when they die, become filthy stinking rich because you have murdered, sometimes literally your way to the top, and then feel really bad about it when you're about to die and give a lot of money to the city. That was Carnegie's entire philosophy. Also, be very upfront about the fact that you're a nice guy, other than the fact that you are a complete monster. Sociopath! A man who acquires the ability to take full possession of his own mind may take possession of anything else to which he is justly entitled. Okay, 1, that's not his philosophy at all. 2, I'm very singular driven. Moving on. I like control. Never figured that one out. Of myself and those around me. So do you possess a lot of things? You are a control freak. I want to deserve to possess them, but yes, bottom line, I do. You sound like the ultimate consumer. I am. He smiles, but the smile doesn't touch his eyes. Again, this is at odds with someone who wants to feed the world, so I can't help myself thinking that we're talking about something else. But I'm mystified at what it is. I swallow hard. The temperature in this room is rising, or maybe it's just me. Yes, it's just you! I want this interview to be over. So do I! Surely Kate has enough material now. I glance at the next question. You were adopted? How much do you think that shaped the way you are? Oh, this is personal, because I'm sure nobody has ever picked up on the fact that it's on Wikipedia, probably. I stare at him, hoping he's not offended, his brows furrowing. I have no way of knowing. My interest is piqued. How old were you when you were adopted? That's a matter of public record, Miss Steele. His tone is stern. Crap! Of course, yes. If I'd known I was doing this interview, I would have done some research. Flustered, I move on quickly. You had to sacrifice family life for your work. That's not a question. He's terse. Wonder why? Sorry, I squirm. He made me feel like an errant child. Nope, you're doing that one yourself. I try again. Have you had to sacrifice family life for your work? I have a family. I have a brother and a sister and 2 loving parents. I'm not interested in extending my family beyond that. Really? Are you gay, Mr. Gray? He inhales sharply, and I cringe, mortified. Crap! Why didn't I employ some kind of filter before I read this straight out? How can I tell him I'm just reading the questions? Damn Katie and her curiosity. No, Anastasia, I'm not. He raises his eyebrows, a cool gleam in his. He does not look pleased. I apologize. It's written here. It's the first time he's said my name. My heartbeat has accelerated, and my cheeks are heating up nervously. I tucked my loosened hair back behind my ear. He cocks his head to one side. These aren't your own questions. The blend drains from my face. No, Kate, Miss Kavanagh. She compiled the questions. Are your colleagues on the student paper? Oh no, I have nothing to do with the student paper. Obviously! Which begs the obvious question, and it's literally begging. I can hear the question begging in my head. Why? Why? Oh, no, wait, that's my own reasoning for doing this. So she's completely incompetent. She's a loner. She has no idea how to ask questions. And her friend, rather than asking someone else, who else is on the paper, and would obviously be a good fill-in, to ask her friend, whose redeeming trait is that she's a bimbo. Again, I feel offended on behalf of humanity for this existing, for the characters being this way. I just feel sorry. So on behalf of everyone in the world, I apologize. Where was I? Yeah. I have nothing to do with the student paper. It's her extracurricular activities, not mine. My face is aflame. And if we're lucky, it's literally on fire and it'll end there. No, she's my roommate. He rubs his chin in quiet deliberation, his gray eyes appraising me. Did you volunteer to do this? He asks, his voice deadly quiet. Okay, deadly quiet is no sound. You don't talk and go deadly quiet. You can go deathly, which is an aspect of and implied with talking as if you're about to murder someone or someone just died. Deadly quiet is just dead. You don't talk. Fine. Anytime's fine. I'll just read it right next week. But also, zombie hater. Welcome to torment. I mean torture. I mean get me now. Kill me now, please. I mean reading 50 Shades of Grey. Hang on. Who's supposed to be interviewing whom? Well, definitely not you. His eyes burn into me, and I'm compelled to answer with the truth. I was drafted. She's not well. My voice is weak and apologetic. I'm pretty sure we figured that one out. That explains a great deal. There's a knock at the door, and blonde number 2 enters. I honestly forgot who that was already. Yeah, just completely forgot. Mr. Gray, forgive me for interrupting, but your next meeting is in 2 minutes. We're not finished here, Andrea. Oh, she has a name. Please cancel my next meeting. The guy who's an expert at business, everyone. Canceling for something that's obviously stupid and insulting. Andrea hesitates, gaping at him. She appears lost. Wow, it's like she hasn't dealt with an idiotic micromanager before. Must be her first day. He turns his head slowly to face her and raises his eyebrows. She flushes bright pink. Oh God, it's not just me. Oh! Very well, Mr. Gray, she mutters and exits. He frowns and turns his attention back to me. Where were we, Miss Steele? Oh, we're back to Miss Steele now. Please, don't let me keep... Oh, that's her speaking. God, that's confusing. Please, don't let me keep you from anything. I want to know about you. I think it's only fair. His eyes are alight with curiosity. Yes, because when people insult me and act like an idiotic ditz, I'm suddenly all interested. Rather than wanting them to get the fuck out. But no, that couldn't happen. This guy's an expert business person. He likes talking to people who are completely useless to him. Well, I'm pretty sure he has one use for her. Yay, stupid! His eyes are light with curiosity. Double crap! Where is he going with this? He places his fingers on the arm of his chair and steeples his fingers in front of his mouth. His mouth is very distracting. Because he's been doing he's been fingering his own mouth this entire time! You've mentioned that multiple times! Oral fixation. Zombie hater, you have my apologies. Because your mom has these books, and now you're going to be imagining this. I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry. Ugh. There's not much to know. What are your plans after you graduate? I shrug, though thrown by his interest. Move to Seattle with Kate, find a job. Wow, riveting. I haven't really thought beyond my finals. Let me get this straight. She's a college senior who's about to do her finals, and she has no idea what she wants to do in college when she's about to finish. It's not that you can't figure it out, it's that you don't know. That you haven't even thought of it. Oh my God. Hey, Leonardo. Sup, man? Thanks for coming to the stream. It's all downhill from here. And by the way, it's been going downhill for a while. And apparently, it's not bottoming out yet. It just keeps going. I have a feeling at some point I will loop around and continue to fall again. Oh my God. I haven't made any plans, Mr. Gray. I just need to get through my final exams, which I should be studying for right now rather than sitting in your palatial, swanky, sterile office feeling uncomfortable under your penetrating gaze. Okay. Palatial, swanky, and sterile. Two of these words are not like the other. Two of these words don't belong. To be fair, all three words don't belong, but I'm being generous. Gah! We run an excellent internship program here, he says quietly. No, really? Really? Page 15. 2 more pages. I can do this. He says quietly. I raise my eyebrows in surprise. Is he offering me a job? Don't worry, it's an internship. You won't be paid. Oh, I'll bear that in mind, I murmur, confounded, though I'm not sure I'd fit in here. Well, you're about as idiotic as the previous intern. Again, whose main description, other than sharp dress, so apparently she cuts people when she walks by them, is that she's good at jumping up. Most descriptive character yet. An intern is good at jumping, who's also a blonde and beautiful. I wonder what her job is. Ugh. God, I'm getting whiplash from this stupid. Why do you say that? He tilts his head to one side, intrigued, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. It's obvious, isn't it? I'm uncoordinated, scruffy, and not blonde. You're a stupid ditz who has no idea what she's doing. I think you're perfect for it. Not to me. Oh, wow, he agrees. His gaze is intense, all humor gone. Strange muscles deep in my belly clench suddenly. Yes, that's the sound of get the fuck out! It's called self-preservation. You don't have it, but apparently you do. And it chose now to kick in. Ugh. I tear my eyes away from his scrutiny and stare blindly down at my knotted fingers. Just gonna roll with that one. What's going on? I have to go. Now! I lean forward to retrieve my recorder. Would you like me to show you around? He asks. I'm sure you're far too busy, Mr. Gray, and I have a long drive. You're driving back to Vancouver? He sounds surprised, anxious even. He glances out the window. It's begun to rain. Well, you better drive carefully. His tone is stern, authoritative. Why should he care? Did you get everything you need? He adds, Yes, sir. I reply, packing the recorder into my backpack. His eyes narrow speculatively. Thank you for the interview, Miss Gray. Oh, that's her speaking! Thank you for the interview, Mr. Gray. The pleasure's been all mine, he says, polite as ever. As I rise, he stands and holds out his hand. Until we meet again, Miss Steele. And it sounds like a challenge or a threat. I'm not sure which. I frown. When will I ever meet again? Will we ever meet again? I shake his hand once more, astounded that odd current between us is still there. Apparently he's wearing an electric shock collar, and it just keeps going off every time he's being a creep. And will you look at that? It's never stopped. It must be my nerves. Mr. Gray, I nod at him, moving with lithe, athletic grace to the door he opens. Oh, he's moving with... That's just dumb Okay, I just need to point at the obvious problem with the sentence. It's, Mr. Gray, I nod at him. The next sentence is, moving with lithe, athletic grace to the door, he opens it wide. You have an assumed subject at the beginning. Yeah, I'm going full-on English major on this one. You have an assumed subject of her. You have Anna. I'm pretty sure her name is Anna. I've been blocking out because of how stupid she is. You assume the subject is her because the paragraph and the dialogue are coming from her, but you switch active character and only reveal that at the end because of bad sentence structure. Yeah, Hauser, if Mr. Gray had a Russian accent, I would do it, but I can't do a Russian accent to save my life. I really can't. In Soviet Russia, Gimp ride you. That's about as good as it gets, and I'm stopping there. Just ensuring you make it through the door, Miss Steele. He gives me a small smile, obviously referring to my earlier less than elegant entry into office. I blush. Wow. Like we couldn't remember that you fell into his office by opening a door. Handles. They are very confusing. That's very considerate, Mr. Gray. I snap. And his smile widens. I'm glad you find me entertaining, I glower inwardly. Walking into the foyer, I'm surprised when he follows me out. Andrea, who's that? And Olivia, I think that's blonde 1, blonde 2, I'm not sure which one. Both look up, equally surprised. Yeah, they were expecting the screaming to start by this point, probably. Did you have a coat? He asks. Oh, did you have a coat? He asks. A jacket. Olivia leaps up. Again. Oh, I remember her now. She's blonde number something that's very good at jumping. What a surprise. Which Gray takes from her before she can hand it to me. He holds it up and, feeling ridiculously self-conscious, I shrug it on, because putting on clothing. Conscious. Gray places his hands for a moment on my shoulders. I gasp at the contact. Through clothing! If he notices my reaction, he gives nothing away. His long index fingers presses the button, summoning the... But you just said his hands were on your shoulders! Does he have a third hand? Oh, God, she's going third hand on this one. Really? Really? You're using an Austin Powers skit? His hands are on your shoulders, and his other hand is pressing the button. I'm just going to laugh at this one. Just, dear God. It's so stupid. We stand waiting awkwardly for my part, coolly self-possessed of his. Well, apparently he has 3 hands, and he likes to use them to press things. He likes pressing people's buttons, even, with his third hand. The door opens, and I hurry in, desperate to escape. I really need to get out of here. Yes! When I turn to look at him, he's gazing at me and leaning against the doorway beside the elevator with one hand on the wall. So is he doing this? Because that's the only way that kind of situational description works. Or it's like, oh, I am confident and cool. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is so many kinds of... He is very, very good looking. It's unnerving. Yes, because pretty boys are very much your kryptonite. Especially when they're super mega rich and sociopathic and insane. But no, he was to feed the poor. Because I'm sure sociopaths never lie. Anastasia, he says as a farewell. Christian, I reply, and mercifully the doors close. 16 pages! That was chapter 1, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Because that was... Wow! Again, if anyone enjoyed that... Oh, God, why? Thankfully, though, I don't have to do this too often. It was a one-shot deal. Doug, I've made up my end of the bargain. Don't worry, your signed fan art and the shirt of Airier's Elite will be in the mail. I just have to get someone to print it, and they're taking their sweet time. But yeah, they're coming, and I have read a chapter of 50 Shades of Grey. I have made my end of the bargain. If anyone wants to see more of this, the link is in the description down below on my Patreon account. But I'm perfectly okay with no one else wanting to do this. I am perfectly okay with this. That was painful. That was painful. If I didn't have to get to play the world release of Destiny 2 later today, I would be a nervous wreck. So for everyone watching, thanks! Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Because I really don't want to do this again. This might be the only time I do it. Please let this be the only time I do it. Oh, dear God. And Doug, you know why. Thanks for watching, everyone. Later. God, that was painful. Oh.